So Caribbean children are so dynamic. Like being raised in the Caribbean, it is
Is
a
my retirement
asset.
plan.
So if you got to invest in something that you're a part of, you can't hold back. I'm looking at my life and where I am right now, and I have two things to say.
What's that?
Don't quit.
Welcome to the
Don't
Whole
quit.
Lotta Woman Podcast, where we explore, explain, and discuss what makes us a whole lot of woman in today's world. This is the Business Minded Woman series, where we explore the journey and inspire the next generation of women in business. Today in the studio, we have the honor of interviewing Shari Beckford. How are you today?
I am
Okay.
wonderful. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Now, Shari is a woman that wears many hats and dresses. She is the founder of Compelling Cosmetics. She's the author of Read This Before You Fall Apart. She's also a motivational speaker and a singer-songwriter. She does 3 different genres on top of that. She's gospel, she's country, and she is reggae. So like I said, a woman that wears many hats and dresses.
Oh,
Shari,
yes.
please tell us about yourself.
Hello, everybody. It's great to be on the Whole Lotta Woman podcast because I'm one woman, but I'm a whole lot of woman.
That's
I
right.
am Shari Beckford, the founder of Compelling Cosmetic. It's a vegan luxury line. I am an author, a singer-songwriter. I am into film writing also, and I'm a motivational speaker. I am Jamaican born, so
Mhm.
I'm rooted in the Caribbean, but I get to explore the world.
That's beautiful. And when did you start? What did you start with? Out of all these things, what did you begin with?
Business.
Business.
I started with business at the age of 15. And I would
Okay.
say my earlier years in business started from there's this thing we call sky juice or suck in Jamaica.
Mhm.
I started selling those at the age of 10 because it was summer and I was like, we got to walk too far to get these things. So I can make them. So why not make them? So I started business and I knew I wanted to do business because my mom was also a businesswoman who
Okay.
ran, and she was in the entertainment business back in Jamaica, like bars and so forth.
Mhm.
And I think I got that from my mom, where I like that she could get up on her own time. She can make her time. She pays the stuff. Like it was
Right,
so
right.
cool watching her do all of that. And that's where it started in me. At age 10, I wanted to do business because I was like, I can help to solve a situation right here because that's why you
Mhm.
go in business to solve a problem. And
Mhm.
I started there selling socks, saving my money until I was able to sell some small juice called Chubby. And from Chubby, I went to Busta. So I'm telling you all the brands because they're like climbing. So Chubby's the tiny
Yeah.
one, Busta is the medium, and then you got like
And you
the
was
bigger
growing your
ones that
empire.
sound bigger. So it goes up. I started there. Then I could buy my lollipops and I could take them to school and I could sell them back to my friends. That's
Mhm.
where it all started. I started young,
So
but
you always had the work ethic. It was just in you. You saw
always,
your mom.
always.
Mhm.
I've always been big with investing. Like if I
Okay.
make $20, I can make $40 tomorrow. Like
Mhm.
investing in is one of the biggest thing in my life
Okay.
because it's just like how you'd invest in someone. I invest in businesses.
Mhm.
And when I invest in businesses, I can wait for a rollover. It's not like when you invest in a person and you get messed over, but it's okay. I have my
Right.
businesses and so I started there. Later on in life, I went to, after I left high school, my mom said I had a choice to make, I can't sell Sky Juice and all of those things for the rest of my life.
Right.
Who told her that? But I started, I started a buying and selling business in between, and then I started going to cosmetology school. That's where I fell in love with beauty and skin and hair and all of that. So when people look at my skin now, they're like, "Oh, you got gorgeous skin." I'm like, I take care of my own skin with my own products, and I sell
Mhm.
by my products. I now know that. Listen, if I mix my niacinamide with my retinol, this is what I get when I wake up. My makeup goes on flawless, effortlessly. I believe in clean skin. Like you can look
Mhm.
good and not have a lot of chemical on you.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
after I started going to cosmetology school, I started falling in love with it. My auntie would hire me to work in her salon. So I got a business part from my mom, and my aunt has a salon I worked on in the weekends. And it really helped me to be the woman I am today. I'm pretty
Okay.
disciplined, pretty organized in my business, how I carry myself. All those
Mhm.
things, they go together. While I'm building all of that, I started buying and selling clothes. So I was like buying the clothes, I was selling back to the girls and all of that. But there's one thing in my story that I never really spoke about. I never tell people the losses I've experienced over the years because there was a lot of loss. Like there were so many lost and so many
Mhm.
comebacks and so many setbacks. But
Mhm.
in my opinion, there was always a forward to go because if I'm going to wake up today, I don't have time to complain about what happened yesterday, last year, last week, last month. I got to
Mhm.
keep going forward.
True.
And all the losses I've experienced over the time was by people that were supposed to help to protect me. Not just my family, but close friends and relatives. Like they did me wrong. And no matter
Mhm.
what, I kept going. I got all the way to having a boutique with a salon in it and everything. Like I was a young girl,
Mhm.
but before who I am now, I was a young girl facing losses, defeat, setbacks, and the in Jamaica we call it the tear down. It's like a tear down
Mhm.
process. Like, God's gotta help you
Yeah.
get those parts, but you're gonna have to keep going if you're interested,
Mhm.
opened my business, my boutique and my salon in October. And I'm a girl like this. I promote my business. I promote myself. Like I did all of
And
that. People start hearing about my little boutique. Like it's little, it's not little, but it was huge. It was like a huge space. So because it was so huge, after you pack your clothes in and the jewelry and the cases and everything, I had a big space. I said, you know what? I'm gonna use my cosmetology part over here. So I'll hire somebody to run the boutique over there, but I'll run the salon back here.
mhm.
Now all of this is in Jamaica. And I'm going and as I said, I opened this business in October. By January, they broke into my business place. They took everything.
Oh.
They took everything. At the time I was dating a guy, he said to me, you know what? Just pack up the furniture stuff and we'll just move it out and let's not even bother with it. I look at him and I said, no.
Mhm.
Now, please note, this is in January. I opened this business in October. I'm looking there. Some of my friends are holding my hand and they're like, Shari, what you gonna do? I didn't have anything to say to them. I didn't have
Mhm.
anything to say to them because I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just know what I wouldn't do. I'm not gonna give up.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna quit. I look
Right.
around the shop. I had like when I say they cleared me out, they cleared me out. The brand name shoes, the outfits, everything was gone. We had a little refrigerator with like liquor that was open. They took those too. I'm like,
They
these
took
people are
everything.
hungry.
I said they were on a mission.
We're really hungry and thirsty after all of that. And I'm
Oh,
telling you,
jeez.
listen,
Mhm.
after that, I said to myself, because I had just finished paying, because I took out a loan to do all of these businesses, and
Yeah.
it's so funny. I finished paying off all my bills like the week before because that Christmas was really good. My business was good for that
Mhm.
Christmas. I had I sold a lot of cushions. I sat down and I sewed my own cushions. Like I created my own little thing, my own little design on my cushions. And I sold a whole lot of that. So I made a whole lot of profit. And I'm like, you know what? Let me pay 2 months rent in advance. This is how good the business was for the December. Because in business, in Jamaica, we call, so between January and February, that slow season, we call it the tambourine season, meaning it's
Okay.
going to be very dry.
After the holidays and stuff.
Yes, after the holidays, it's really slow. So I did all of that. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to have to go hard because I want my business to be established. Maybe I can get
Mhm.
another branch somewhere. After I saw that the morning, I was devastated. I felt
Yeah.
betrayed. There was some feelings that was awakening me. And I was like, how could they do this to me? Like, why me? Out of
Mhm.
everybody. Now, I'm a person that I've had many reasons to quit Nikita. And I decided not taking not one of them, not
Mm-hmm.
taking none of them. In my country, I'm what they call a prime, a preps. I can just be taken care of by any man. None of
Mm-hmm.
that. Sure. Look at me. Come on. But one of the things that I encourage, especially younger girls to do is keep trying. No matter what you fall into, get up, keep trying. That day, I had two options. Try again, or just pack up and go home. Somebody else will rent the building.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I decided to stay. I had one, they didn't take one rack of clothes, only one rack, but I had like over 22 racks. At the time, I was 24 years old, about to be 25. I just became a mother at the age of 22.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what do I do? I have a child. She's about to start school and kindergarten and all of that. I'm like, what do I do? I went and I took out a loan again from all the places I took loans before. The person I was renting from at the time, he felt really sorry for me. He said to me, I give you a few months. I'm going to give you like 3 months to build yourself
Get
up
yourself
back.
again. Mm-hmm.
Because what they did was they cut the grills on my business place, break the
Mm-hmm.
glass. It took time.
Yeah, they were dedicated.
It took time. And so he said to me, you can start paying back in June, which was really good. Like, I thought I was pretty decent of a human being thing to do, like any landlord
Mm-hmm.
could have said it's not their fault or whatever.
People
But
don't care.
he, he gave me grace and he gave me space. And I prayed, I said, God, that's you right there.
Mm-hmm.
And upon doing that, I got the loans, um, bought other stuff from overseas again, shipped them in, got some stuff from local people, started doing, just doing again.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, went downtown Kingston, Jamaica, downtown, parked my car with some goods that we had just picked up. We were about to go try to resell them, but we needed a pack of something, and I parked downstairs, downtown, me and one of my cousins. We got out of the car, and we went. By the time we came back, somebody broke into the car, took everything.
And when you said it, I was like, oh gosh, no. Oh.
Girl, they didn't break a window or anything. I don't know how they got into the car, but the car was locked. Because when we came
Mm-hmm.
back to the car, we had to open the car with a key. They took everything. There was a lady across the street selling. We went over there. We said to her, you didn't see somebody taking out our stuff? She looked at us and she goes, no. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Again. I lost again. I'm just starting back. Not even 2 months later,
Take
I lost
another
again.
loss.
This is March. This is March I'm talking about. I'm in Jamaica. I've never had a 9 to 5 job. I've never
Mm-hmm.
had a 9 to 5 job because I also, when I was growing up, I struggled with seizures and epilepsy. So I
Okay.
didn't have like a normal life like everybody else. I had to make a
Mm-hmm.
choice. I can't go to people's job falling down and falling over. So I created my own thing. I hired people that were older than me. I hired people that were my age. I hired people. So I've always been, just creating. I've always been a creative.
Mm-hmm.
After that day, something broke in me again, like really broken. And I was like, what more can I take? Like, I just did this and this is happening again. What more can I take? I went to the beach side and I sat down and I started crying and I said, God, why? I'm just a young girl. I'm trying to make sure my daughter is fed and I'm taken care of and I can buy my medication and I can, because at this big age, I shouldn't be asking my mom for anything.
Mm-hmm.
My mom had gone back, she had come back to America at the time and I'm like, I called her and I said to her, they robbed me again and all of that. She and my dad, they sent me some money other friends pitch in and give me a little bit of, they give me a little something, not nothing big, but it was so, I so appreciated it because it was like, you still want to see me rise.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you still want to see me rise, that's good enough for me.
That's
Like, I can get up
motivation.
again. Yeah. Nikita, I got up again and I said, you know what? I'm going to give my store one more try. One more try. Gave it another try. And in the midst of all of that, I started not feeling too well. So, like, the stress does come.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, when I get stressed, it's like I get sick. Like, I go downhill. And I'm laying in my apartment. My daughter is one of the most quiet child. Like, I think God made her that way to help to
So
calm me.
you.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't a child that cried a lot and all of that. And she would just sit there with her fingers in her mouth, sucking on her fingers, watching whatever. And I'm laying in bed and tears are running down my eyes. And I'm like, what more can I take? What more should I do? I have this business. They steal my stuff. I have that business. They break into it. I have this, but what do I do? And I say, you know what? My mom had a bar. She gave it to me. I ran that business the best I could. I got met a lot of people. I learned a lot of lessons just being in that
Mm-hmm.
bar. And I also learned who I never wanted to be. Sitting here today, it makes me look back over the years and I say to myself, you've had to travel all those roads to get to this destination, but you're not done because I know I'm not done. In between all of that, COVID happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a bar. I rented it out. And now I had to listen to my tenants say to me, we didn't make rent. So I'm like, I got to pay my rent for my apartment.
Right.
I got to buy food. And I started in COVID. I was always writing, but
Mm-hmm.
COVID really got me disciplined.
Okay.
I was writing like it was gonna end. The world was gonna end. That's how when they said COVID, it made it sound it's gonna end tomorrow. The minute you get COVID, you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
That was terrifying. I wanted if I die, I had left a footprint in the world somewhere.
All right.
That's where my real journey started in COVID after all my trials, tribulations. And I keep saying everything that was made for me to quit and become a part of the 95 society was my reason to say you can't become a
Mm-hmm.
part of the 95 society because there are days when you're going to get up at 1 a.m. and you're going to have some work to do. You can't go into the people in office at 1 a.m. to do work. When
Right.
I can get up and I can pull up my laptop and I can start working on my site and doing what I need to do, looking at things,
Mm-hmm.
looking over,
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that with people's things. So I decided in COVID that I'm gonna go back to music. I want to go to music, but I want to do it a real way. Like I want it to be heard by people. Started writing my books. Got one of my books published in COVID. Put it on Amazon. Had problem there. Broke my mode. It kind of demotivated me, but it didn't derail me.
Okay.
So you can be demotivated, but don't let it derail you. Don't let it take
Mm.
you off of where you're going. Keep going. Find other avenues to go on. Like the street may be closed, but the
Right.
boulevard might be open. So,
What was the issue with? Was the issue with Amazon itself, or like?
okay, so I don't know what happened with Amazon. They closed my KDP account and
Mm-hmm.
then they closed my Amazon account with my money on it. And then I was like, really? You too? You robbing me over here too? Like, and I never got that resolved. And it kind of made me look at the big industry like, you still taking from the little people? Like,
Because that
for
was
real?
made to help the small
You,
publishers.
you created this. It's not like we're here for free because we still got to pay you money. Because if we
Right.
sell a book, you get money too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would buy from Amazon. I haven't shopped on Amazon for myself personally. I don't have an Amazon account since in COVID time, like 2020, like over 5 years. Like I think sometimes some stuff happen and we complain, not realizing that's God saying you don't need to use all of this thing.
Protection.
Because when I go into the stores, I get to talk to people. People
Mm-hmm.
get to question me about my looks, my outfit, my skin, especially my skin.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started Compelling Cosmetics, I started it in 2021, but there was a big thing in 2021 that really I went broke, not because of me or whatever, but I invested in another human being too much, and I lost everything that I've worked for over the years, and my reputation was trampled on. I lost millions of dollars. I lost my car. I lost my home. I lost my country. And I kept going, like, even through all of that, what I did was to like not not give up on what I'm doing, like I kept writing my ingredients, writing what goes well with what, when I use this, what happens. Like I was doing my research in the background, and then 2021 came, then 2022 came, and I went into depression. Like I went into depression. I Even though I was in my depression, I kept going. Like I wouldn't stop working. I wouldn't stop working, and I wouldn't stop eating either. I was eating everything.
Mm-hmm.
I would have, if I have $50, $45 just for food. I gained over 70 pounds I used to be a person that between 155, 160. That was my weight because I'm a tall person. For a
Mm-hmm.
girl, I'm 5'9".
Okay.
So I'm a tall person.
Mm-hmm.
after after that, in 2022, I started gaining the weight. I went all the way to 217 pounds. That's what depression did. I looked at myself, my body felt tight. My skin was, breaking out. I had to go back to my books that I usually write my skin recipes in and all of that. I start putting my stuff back, like getting myself back together. I'm like, I had to be so kind and gentle with myself. I said, you're a beautiful girl. Why are you letting this happen to you? You've had things happen to you before. Use
Right.
all of those muscle memory to bring yourself back to life. And I could show you the picture, and like, I don't know if you'd be able to show, but I could show you what I looked like when I got really big. And it demotivated me, but it motivated me at the same time.
Okay, I see.
So this is depression, and this is after depression.
You knew that wasn't you.
That wasn't me. And I started like really saying, listen, I'm going to go into skincare. I'm just going to go full on with no
Mm-hmm.
money, no money. But I had the ambition and the discipline to keep going. I had no money, but I had assets. When I say assets, it's nothing big, but I was a person who has invested over the years. I said, okay, maybe I could sell a song. Maybe I could sell a script. Maybe I could sell a book, just sell something. I have these things. I could
Mm-hmm.
sell them. It's knowledge from my head, but it's on paper. Anything on paper can be sold. And I said to myself, you know what? This is going to be my retirement plan. I'm not doing anything after Compelling Cosmetics. My music is my career. My writing is my career, but this is my business. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
differentiate your business different from your career. Your business is your business.
Yeah.
And my career is the service. My
Mm-hmm.
business is the product.
Good.
And when I decided that, compelling is going to be my retirement plan, I was singing and recording. So, like, if you search Shari Beckford, you see music pop up from 2020, 2021, 2022. You'll see stuff there. But my real thing, as I said, the thing that I know to do for many, many years was always business. I don't know how to not do business. I don't know.
I can tell.
Now, now when I started compelling, as I said, I had no money and I was in a depression.
Mhm,
I was shutting out people.
mhm.
I wanted to be in relationships and I was like, I don't think I'm mentally ready for this. And I'm like, one day I was praying and I said, God, if my next step or my next whatever I'm on is meant for me, I'm gonna ask you a favor. So I came in agreement with God. I said, God, look, I'm I've never been like with stupid men. Never
Mhm.
liked those. I tried dating younger men, never worked. So I'm like, oh, that's bad business. That's bad investment for me. My now fiance partner slash whatever people call him, I met him in the time when I was still in my depression. And like when you go into a board meeting, you get to pitch your idea and whatever you want to do. And I said to him, look, I don't have any money,
Tell
but
you now.
but I told him, I said, I don't have any money, I don't have any job, I don't have a lot of things going for me. I don't have a car, I was just picking the don'ts. And then I said, what I do have is I'm very ambitious. I'm very ambitious and I'm very loyal. And if you can work with those, we can do this. And if
Mhm.
you're willing to like stick by me, in the end, you'll be okay. And he looked at me like, is she okay, the Ed? Like, I got that look. Like, and then I said to him in my Jamaican accent, I said, just wait, man. You go and see. And he looked at me like, then we started our relationship and I said, God gave me this relationship at this time because I needed a man that would be gentle with me. A man that would be patient with me because people think you can build a business by yourself as a woman. You can, but it will take you a little while.
Yeah.
It will take you a little while. Especially when I'm not starting from scratch. I'm starting from experience. Like I've
Right.
had experience doing this before. I know what goes well with what.
Mhm.
And when I started compelling, as I said, I just had the ingredients written down on the paper. I had a few, sometimes my mom would give me a little money, but as I said, I went broke. Lawyer fees broke me. Helping people broke me. Like I had
Yeah.
no money. No money. I had to start selling my furniture from my apartment, some of my clothes, like my brand name clothes, I had to start selling them. And all of those little things I say, you know what? As I said, compelling is my retirement plan. So if you gotta invest in something that you're a part of, you can't hold back.
Right.
And the first thing I came with was, you know what? I want a lipstick that will last. I love lipstick. I think your lip game
Mhm.
is what sets the makeup. Like I'm looking at you and I'm like, her lips are really popping. Like, yeah. And it says something because when you smile,
Mhm.
it's like a frame. Your lips are a frame to your smile.
Yeah,
Even
it
though
sets apart your face. Yeah.
yeah, like people that don't understand makeup and what it does, it's like your eyeshadow is framing your eyes with your eyeliner,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Your
Yep.
lips frame your smile. So what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I
You
look
know,
at it like carving out the features, making them, you know what I mean?
enhancing them.
Yep,
So
exactly.
like I talk a good skincare makeup game. As I said, I've been in this industry since I was 15. 15.
Okay.
I'm about to be 34 this year. I'm never ashamed to say my age because I'm like, if you see me in person, I look pretty young, very young.
Right.
But I'm 34 this year, and I've been in the game since I was 15. I got fascinated with everything. And one of the things that, as I said, I started with just lipstick because I could only afford the products to put in the ingredients to put in the lipstick, and to bring it to life, I had to do a lot of tests, a lot of shipping, and all of that. Girl, when I got the batch that lasted, I said, "Oh Lord, this is it." First of all, he didn't know I was curating a company. He just saw me every day on my laptop, with
Some
my phone.
clicking and
He didn't
clacking.
know nothing, nothing. And then I
Mm-hmm.
walked in the living room one night and I say to him, "I have something to tell you." Then I put on this dreaded look on my face, like, when you're about to break up. And he
Mm-hmm.
goes, "What?" And I said, "I don't know how you're going to take this." I went, I said, "I don't
Stressing
know
the
how you're
man
going to take
out
this."
immediately.
And he says, he got really content. He says, "What?" Then I said, "I got it." He says, "Got what?" I said, "I got it." He says, "Got what?" And then I look, I said, "I finally have a company again. I'm going to sell lipstick."
I
I
got
said,
the recipe.
he says, "You can't be doing that. I'm a grown man. You can't be doing
Yeah. So you was playing with him, man. Emotion.
that." Girl, listen, I kid you not. I kid you. I said to him, "Well, I don't have the money to buy a big, like to get a big shipment, but
Mm-hmm.
if you can help me, that'd be great." Now, as I said, every woman building, it's good to have a partner that's supportive and that
Mm-hmm.
sees what you're trying to build and say, "I'll help you. I'll help
Yes.
you.
Very
I may
important.
not have $1 million sitting around, but baby, I'll help
I'll do
you."
what I can. Yeah, help you where I
Yeah.
can.
Like I hear women on the internet all the time, especially young girls. "Oh, I can do this by myself." Darling, why do you want to do it by yourself?
Right. Right.
Why?
Nobody's forcing you to.
And then you want to push it on people. I will never sell that product because I know how to build a service and build a product. And I know how to sell. It's like you're selling yourself. If you
Mm-hmm.
treat your relationship like a business, look at it. You come in, you make a contractual verbal agreement with your partner. You say, "Look, this is what I can offer. This is what I have. This is who I am." And I told him from the get go, I said,
Sort of
"I
boundaries.
make you fat," because when he met me, I was a fat girl. And I say
Mm-hmm.
to him, "I won't be like this for long. Just give me time. Just give me time." And that's what he gave me. He gave me time and he gave me grace. And I'm like, I'm going out there, I'm selling lipstick. I put on this beautiful red lipstick, and it's so funny. If I wear red lipstick and I'm selling lipstick that day, that's the lipstick that's going to sell the most.
Of course it is. Of course it is, because they
But
want the one you have on.
remember, I started with lipstick only because that's what I could afford to start with.
Mm-hmm.
After I started with my lipstick, I say, "You know what? I'm going to go further with this. I have the ingredients, I have the formulas I want to try. I got people to, like facilitate me and, you know, work with me."
Mm-hmm.
Started sending over formulas, what should go where, and all of that. And they started like putting them together and like, it works.
It
It
really
works.
came
That's
together.
I said, "You know what? Every proceeds from my lipstick is gonna go into my new project. My new project now is gonna be foundation, powder, setting spray."
Expanding.
And in 3 years, because I brought my company to the market in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2026 now. Almost 3 years in full over later. Now I have over 15 products on my line.
I know that makes you feel some type of way too. To just know where you came from. Even coming from the little juices to this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Like a lot of people won't know. I used to sell suck and sky juice.
yeah.
I Okay, so Caribbean children are so dynamic. Like being raised in the Caribbean, it
Mm-hmm.
is a asset.
Mm.
It is a tool. It is a asset to be born in the Caribbean. Listen, girl, we play. We have our own little games we play. In the daytime, we gonna play Mama and Papa. We
Mm-hmm.
gonna play shop. When we say shop,
Oh,
we gonna be playing shop. We got an entire area, and we sell. We running a wholesale.
yes.
I had a big family growing up. I had a lot of cousins. I have siblings. I have four wonderful siblings. I was at the time when we were doing all of this. I was the only girl. My mom
Mm-hmm.
had three boys and one girl. So I was forced to be a tomboy. But the only
Oh, yeah.
only thing I enjoyed playing was shop because I got to sell them and change the money and
The business you want to play all the time. That's the only thing. Shari been selling us stuff out her whole life.
I love playing shop. And I love because like in the we use the cartoon papers and we use
Mm-hmm.
the newspapers and to make the products. So you're like, sell me 2 pound of chicken back. It's like we're mimicking what our parents do. They send us to the shop and we mimic
Yeah,
it.
that's so cute.
And we're like, give me the paper, let me see what your mother sent you to buy and all of that. And you're like, okay, 1 pound of flour, salt fish, stuff like that. And I love that game. I really love that game. And I I can know, like I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my God, I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always
Yeah.
been that girl. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that, listen, if you're buying the cake soap, you have to have $10. Don't come with $1,000. And the money would be the leaves from the tree. So we raid the ackee tree in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
We raid the ackee
And
tree
that's
and the
y'all
mango
bills. That's
tree. Yeah. We had special trees. So the
money trees.
ackee tree. And then, okay, listen, this is the part where it's fun. When we're done with everything we play with, we make a big mess. And then one of the aunties gonna come and say, Jesus Christ, look what I'm doing, yes, sir. Wanna come clean it up. Then by cleaning up, we're getting ready for our night, because this is summer I'm talking about. By cleaning up,
Mm-hmm.
we're getting ready for our night entertainment. We're going to have singing competition, dancing
Okay.
competition. So you see where I'm going with this.
So your whole life has been molded by.
I just realized this, and since you were a child, you've been put on a path where you're going to be multiple things, or you're going to do multiple things, or you're going to meet multiple people, and
Mm-hmm.
you're going to encourage and motivate people. Girl, listen, I kid you not. I'm looking at my life and where I am right now, and I have two things to say.
What's that?
Don't quit.
No,
Don't quit.
that's
Don't quit. Because if you look back on your childhood, there was something there that was already shaping you. It's just that we switch. We get to high school and we switch. We get into the real world and we switch. Only a few of us are doing the things we said we would do when we were younger.
Yep,
The future,
keeping true to your little your dream. You know what I mean? And that's that untouched dream when you innocent and
we
young.
as children, children are the most resilient. A lot of us, we lose resilience as we get older because
Mm-hmm.
we lose it's not that you lose who you are. You lost focus of the things that normally would make you happy and excited.
Mm-hmm.
So now you are relying on people. Now, as I said to you, I wear multiple hats and I wear them well. And when I wear hats, I wear them with dresses. So when I say I'm a woman that wear multiple hats and multiple dresses, I mean I'm bilingual in my behavior, in my business,
Mm-hmm.
but I only speak English and patois. I don't,
But you know what to switch it on and switch it off and put it on and put it up.
girl, I can tell you this. When you get to where I am, all you can do is look back and say, God, thank you. I made it
Mm-hmm.
this far. In my depression, in the middle of being depressed and everything, one day I was laying in my bed, not my bed, but I was at my mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm lying in there and I'm crying and I'm listening to the gospel songs and I'm trying to pull myself out. I just finished eating half of a cheesecake and I'm like, When will you bless me? Lord, please let me know. And I kept singing and I kept singing it. And I'm like, I got a holler. One day, girl, go blow. And it's like it started resonating with me. And then this voice in my head came and says, why don't you just kill yourself? You get over it. And in the middle of that, the tears got louder and the singing got louder. And I was like, God, please. I know you have plans for my life. Just help me to get back on the right track.
Yeah.
The voice will come. The voice will come. And I was always one of them. I refuse to take depression medicine. I refuse to take anxiety medicine. I refuse medication in the name of God. I refuse it. Because I'm like, you know what? I trust God. And I'm this person. As I said, I did not have money, but I had faith. I believe in the words that God put
That'll
inside
take you
of me.
so far.
The first Bible verse I learned as a child was John chapter 1, verse 1. I did not understand why they teach us this in Jamaica. In Jamaica, there's 3 days of devotion. I don't know about now, but back then. Please note, when I was going to school, I was the laughing stock of a lot of children, the scorn of a lot of children, and the disgust of a lot of people. Why? I had epilepsy. I would be standing and then I'd be out, passed out, everybody looking at me. Children didn't want to play with me.
Right, because
Parents
they don't
would tell their
understand.
children not to play with me. Those things hurt you. And as I said, everything that was made to break my character and break who I am today helped me to be the person I am today. A lot of my friends, they don't even know that you had a friend that was disgusting, like to people. And I look back at it and I'm like, sure, they laugh at me, call me sicky, fainty, droppy. Listen, this is Jamaica. The island is rough.
Yeah, I say, I like, well, they ain't hold no bars. She just
The
stop.
island is rough. And as an island girl, I can tell anybody, the island is not for the weak or the faint of heart. I can tell
Now, I
you.
know you got to have thick skin. Like, I'm like, the dog. He said, sicky, fainty. That's
Girl,
the.
that created a monster in me because, like, I wanted to fight them. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you mocking me? Why are you doing all of these things? And it made me very boisterous and rebellious. Like, I just want to hear it out your mouth. I'm going to fight you and then you're going to knock me out. I'm going to go to the hospital, but I'm going to come back.
So you won't stop me.
You're going to stop me. I'm going to
That's that
always
don't
come back.
quit. I was like, girl, you've been not quitting. Coming back with a vengeance.
Listen, I think God puts certain things in certain people because he has to test you for where you're going. I know he's not done with me. I'm like comfortable over here in my little cosmetic business and all of that. But God be like, okay, it's time for you to do your music. It's time.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in my bed and I'm like writing these songs. And then I have this thing about me where, you know, like if you got to listen to your inner voice. There's an inner voice in all of us that sometimes we ignore it. I look back, as I said, when I look back at my journey now, I'm like, I can tell anybody from experience what it's like being medicated, being robbed, being sick, being frustrated, being depressed, being broke, being lost, being taken for granted. I can tell you from experience. I can tell you being dragged through the court, my name in the newspaper, people bash me. All for what? My ambitions. My ambitions. So there was a saying, they say, the higher the monkey climbs, the more the monkey gets exposed. So I'm climbing again and I know they're coming again.
You exposing
I'm alone
yourself.
again, but this time it's not like I'm not alone.
True.
I'm not alone. I built an army of motivated women, confident women, inspired women. I have built my own army of women that are now resilient because I looked at them and I said to them, do not lean down and lay there. Get up. Looking back at myself and my journey, I said, God had to break me in order for me to make sure the people around me don't get broken.
That's a fact. That's a
People say
fact.
it's easy for you to tear down what you didn't build. It's easy because you don't know the suffering and everything that I put into what I built.
And they might not have been able to survive all the things you survived and have
No,
that bounce back. Because you
no,
know how many times you could have quit, but you didn't.
girl.
But all the time, but everybody sees you succeeding. You get what I mean? So even to see your shop get broke into, they might not have looked at that as a loss from their perspective, just as you did. And all they see is Shari always bouncing back. You get what I mean? They never
Yep.
factored in how much the loss costs. You know what I mean? All they see is the bounce back.
People don't see that. People don't see the sleepless nights, the tears, the frustration, the sacrifice. They
Mhm.
don't see that. That's what makes a business like how it is run. There's a difference.
Yes.
If you're just a promoter, people would take it as granted. Oh, I'm just a promote something, but you don't know what goes into what they had to go through to get here.
Right.
You see me and you're like, oh, she's just a pretty girl with makeup on and all of that. Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah?
Say, let me tell you something.
Sure. I could take you down the lane and I can bring you on the boulevard. I tell people I don't just stay on the street. I go
Mm-hmm.
on the boulevard, I go on the avenue, I go down the turnpike, and I'll go on the highway because I've been there. Not just because I'm young, I have been there. I have walked my own path, and I can look around me and I can say to somebody, be careful. You might think you know what you're doing, but be very careful. And I'm not just saying that because it's easy. It's because when you have walked the road, you know. I remember when my mom used to say to me, don't run down man because they're going to be there when you get older. She was a lion.
Mm-hmm.
So the more she would put it in my head, I was like, all right, I can focus on being a child. This is what I want. And I never succumbed to peer pressure because
Yes.
nobody really wanted to be my friend. Remember, I was a laughing stock for them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I wasn't being laughed at, I was being brought to the principal office because I was in a fight, because they were laughing at me or either mocking. They were doing something to provoke me. And
Mm-hmm.
I became the provoker.
Okay. You
So
took your power.
the bully
Yeah.
became the bully.
Mm-hmm.
Not a bad bully. I didn't bully who didn't deserve to be bullied.
Right.
I was the protector. I was the bully protector. Like I'm the bully
Mm.
that I was so skinny. I was so
But you
weird.
had heart.
I gotta tell you because I know when my school friends see this, they're like, "Remember Ocean?" Like I went into a school group a few years ago, and the first thing they said was, "Remember? Oh, you used to mug your knee cut them big." I was like, "Really? That's where we gonna start?"
Yes.
And then one say, "Remember how you used to pass out?" And I'm like, "Here we go."
Why would I forget that? How could I forget that? Why are we bringing it up? Like, if anybody remembered, it's going to be me, first of all. Like, let's start here. Like,
Listen, Lakita, as I said, the Caribbean is not for the weak.
I
That
see.
I refuse to like just let them tear me down. I
Mm-hmm.
think I'm afraid of giving up. So that's
I
how
mean,
I was telling you about the first scripture I learned. And that's how
mm-hmm.
I know words are powerful. My first chapter was John chapter 1, verse 1. And I learned that in the 6th grade. And John chapter 1 says, in the beginning, was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What does that mean? As a child, I don't know. I
It's
don't care.
confusing.
I was only told to memorize it and come back to school. That was always taught to me. Like, you're going to go home, you're going to memorize this, you're going to come back to school, and all of y'all got to say it in devotion. It stuck with me all the way to here. A few years ago, in my depression, I'm sitting in the living room, and all of a sudden, it comes in my head. John chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. And clear as day, it says, the word you speak will be the words that heal you. I was like, huh? The words will heal me. And remember when I said to you earlier, I had to start telling myself really nice things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 217 pounds. And I'm saying to myself every morning, oh, you lost a pound today. Girl, I didn't lose nothing. I didn't lose
You
nothing.
got to tell yourself, you got to live the life. Like you said, power of the tongue. Like,
Every
start
day
living
I
it.
got up and I looked in the mirror and I said, oh, I lost a pound. Oh, you're looking good. Your face is getting straight again, because when I got the weight on, my
Oh, you get
face got
this.
big. Like my face got,
Mm-hmm.
I got a square head and this is my normal
Mm-hmm.
face. I was
Yeah.
like, no, I need back this face. And I would say to myself, oh, you look really nice today. Even when I wasn't feeling well, I would say, oh my God, you look so pretty. Go put your makeup on. You feel better when you put your makeup on. I put the
Mm-hmm.
makeup on, I go lay in that bed and I take 2 selfies and I was like, yeah, getting there, getting there. And when I look over everything, it all started with a word, just a word. I was too ambitious as a child, and I made a covenant with God many years ago, not realizing. When the teachers, teachers ask you that to write what you want to be, or they would ask you out in public in the class and say, what do you want to be? Some people say what they wanted to be. And I would always say, okay, I used to always say, I want to be an air hostess. I want to be an actress. I'm going to be a singer, and I'm going to be rich.
Oh, you had a list. You always had a list of
No.
to accomplish. So you were never made for one title, period.
I never said to my teacher, oh, I want to work anyway. I never tell her none of that. I want to
Mm-mm.
be an air hostess. I want to be a singer. I want to be an actress, and I'm going to be rich. Those are my four. And she would look at me. You know what she said to me? She said, there's already too much singers in the world. We don't need another one. That kind of broke me as a teacher when
I
she said,
hate when teachers
kind of broke
discourage kids
me.
because
I
it
had
sticks with
teachers.
us.
Give you a better joke. I had a teacher that said to me, she said to me and my friends, birds of a feather flock together. If y'all don't change your ways, you might end up being toots, pea toots. Those were her words. And I looked at her. I gave her the right answer. You're gonna look at a group of teenage girls that are still trying to figure out which way their hormones are going and tell them, if we don't change our lives, we're gonna sure, we change our lives. All of us are living different lives now.
Yeah.
But then you could have said it in a more tactful manner. The jargons they use was not okay. It's not joking. When she said that to us, I was the one that stood up and I said to her, maybe we can be just like you, a broke teacher. That was my word. That was my clap back. And
You
she
got
said,
her attention.
straight to the office.
Yes.
I am not proud of this now, because when I look back on it, I'm like, teachers are the pillar of this world.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it as a child. You don't see it. You don't see it.
True.
But if
That's true.
COVID taught any of us anything, is take care of them teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of them
Sure.
teachers.
They
Because
are valuable
if you
and
don't take
needed.
care of those teachers, COVID gonna happen again, and you gonna cry. You gonna cry.
Baby.
You gonna
Yeah,
cry.
that's what makes it worth.
And through everything, as I said, I never thought about quitting and I never started anything I haven't finished. I don't care the result. I'm going to finish it. I'm going to
Yes.
make sure it is done. Why do I say that? People think success means money. Was money
Mm-hmm.
the goal? You have to know why you want to do a particular job, a particular career. You have to know. If
Mm-hmm.
you don't know why, then you don't know the results you're going after.
Right.
My result for compelling cosmetics is to make sure every skin looks this good, clean, pure. I want when you wake up, you don't even, you know you're going to put your makeup on, but it's a clean, clear canvas that
Mm-hmm.
is
Mm-hmm.
unmatched. My my goal is to not be rich from my business, but my goal is to make sure other people's skin looks flawless and great. And I've been doing that. People say, why you don't want to be rich? I said, what does richness solve?
Right.
If that's the case, I could go buy a lottery ticket every week in hopes that I get to win.
People get rich scamming people every day. So rich is not the answer.
It
That's
don't
not always the goal.
be about the money. If it's about the money, then you can't be in my business because people don't buy products every day.
Mm-hmm. Right.
As
Right.
a, as a walking billboard, an
I got
ambassador for my own company, I have to make sure Shari Beckford looks like this.
you. Yes,
I
on
can't
point.
jump on a live, no makeup, just put on a little lip gloss or a little lipstick, and I'm ready. You have to look like what you are selling. And as I said
Mm.
before, and I will reiterate it, don't let money be the reason you start a business. Let the solution that you're solving be the reason. Then you will grow from there because now
Mm.
that you have shown people what your business can do, look at me now. I can literally sit down comfortable knowing, okay, next month I'm going to have to ship this amount of cream, this amount of toner, this amount of oil. I'm going to have to do these things until you get to the point where your business can take care of itself. Like what I'm doing
Right.
right now is my business can take care of itself now, 3 years later. But before that, I had to nurture it every day. I was
Yeah.
posting whether people wanted to see it or not. And this is the thing. You will see if you will see 1 or 2 likes on your Instagram or whatever. But if you look at the insight, 300 people saw it.
I know. I know. It's like you two likes.
But they saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did, I turned the likes off and I just look at how many people saw it. I'm like, okay, so you saw it.
I like that.
You saw it. The like is not important to me. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
If you start worrying about the likes, you'll get demotivated real quick. I'm not worried about the likes. I just need you to have the information.
Mm-hmm. Just
That's
know I'm
it.
here. Yeah, know where to find me.
I just need you, as I said, don't worry about the money, the likes, the follows.
Mm-hmm.
What you need to worry about for the first, any business person, real business person will tell you. And there's documentaries that shows it. You'll have to suffer a little bit. And if you have a 9 to 5 or somebody backing you up, be grateful. Don't lose those. Those are the
Mm-hmm.
keys to where you're going. You have to make sure that, look, your next step, you're ready. Steve Harvey said it best when he said, you better get ready. You better get comfortable being uncomfortable when you want to be rich or you want to be famous or you want to be successful. You better get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Back
Mm-hmm.
up.
You better get comfortable being uncomfortable until you get to where you want to get. I didn't get here because I woke up and said, okay, I'm beautiful. I can do this. No.
Mm-hmm.
I had to have everything that happened to me before now happened in order for me to know, listen, with this business, you're going to be this cautious. You're not going to be doing this. You're not going to be doing that. No.
Right. You
You're
learned
going
the
to
lessons along the way.
businesses Shari Beckford has been affiliated with. Suck Suck, juice business, lollipop business, buying and selling clothing business, bar business, bar operation, boutique and salon, writing books, trucking business, real estate, not a licensed realtor, but I would find people and tell my realtor friends, listen, you better give me a cut
Oh,
because I'm finding the people, you not.
mm-hmm.
And even though I wasn't a licensed realtor, I would really find the people. I
So
would
you were
find,
connecting to
no,
find the streets.
I was like, this is the thing. That's the thing. You got to be good at whatever you put your mind to.
Mm-hmm.
Real estate. Now I'm back in the beauty industry. So you see, that's
Mm-hmm.
over 10.
Yeah.
Now we in cosmetics. Now we back in the music. Now I got in another year or two, we're going to start filming some of the stuff I wrote.
You on fire.
Hold on. I was a radio host. I was a director behind a lot of music videos and productions. And I'm like, whoa, you've led an interesting 34 years.
Mm-hmm.
I would do something to that and I treated it like it was nothing. But when I put it on paper, I'm like,
Like
wow.
reviewing it, looking at your own resume, you like impressed.
Girl, I got a 2.5 page resume if I don't write the summaries of what I've done. And when I look back at it now, I'm like, for most people, they would say you're doing too much. No, I'm doing what I can.
Doing what
I'm
you're supposed to
doing what
do.
I'm able to do because there's somebody out there praying for even a little bit of what I can do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a song that says, fill my cup and let it overflow with love. And I'm like, my cup is full with talent, ideas. I overlook my businesses from different devices. Sometimes when I'm laying in my bed, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 phones, the tablet, the laptop, and sometimes I have the TV running on mute.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing everything and I'm getting everything. Sometimes people think I have a big team around me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm organized and I'm disciplined. These are to be successful. I can say this out loud and I'm proof that it happens. To be successful, here are the things you really need. You need to be focused. You need to be
Mm-hmm.
consistent. You need
Mm-hmm.
to be disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
3 things you need. Those are the 3 things you can use to open any and every door in the world. Those are the master keys that if you use them together, you can win. Be focused, be consistent, and be disciplined.
Yes.
People say you
That
need
discipline
motivation.
is
You don't need motivation. On the
just
days
do.
when motivation fails, you gotta still show up. That's where
Mm-hmm.
discipline comes in.
I
And
was just gonna say that discipline.
people say, "Oh, it's so nice for you to keep I built a business in depression. I wasn't motivated about nothing. I was
That's
not.
right.
I was disciplined to say I refuse to stay in this situation just because it's what I have right now.
And make an excuse
So
out of it.
don't lose yourself in a situation or a season when you can find yourself on your way out.
Mm-hmm.
I even started vlogging back in COVID. I have a few videos up. And every now and then I go back to my own videos to motivate myself on the days when motivation is not there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know discipline is it's into me, something that I've trained myself to have no matter what. So in order for me to not get sick all the time, I had to be disciplined. Whether my mom is around or not, I had to go take my medicine.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to take it twice a day. If you don't take your medicine, this is going to happen. And all right, I can't take a yapping medicine. On the days when motivation is not there, be disciplined enough to still get up and do at least one thing that will help towards the success of where you're going. Be disciplined enough to do it. Be consistent with anything you have planned and be
Mm-hmm.
focused on it. Put it in your head. Even if you're working a job you don't like, start liking it. Start
Mm-hmm.
liking it. As a person that has hired people in the past and now, I can say to anyone, right? If you consider the job you're doing like you're working for somebody, you're wrong. You're actually
Oh,
working for yourself. Let me break it down a way that entrepreneurs of the world has never done it before. The people working in our organization does not work for us. They work for themselves. Because when that paycheck comes, it's your name on it. The money goes to your account. The boss works for you. If we don't sign off on anything, what happens? So when people say, you don't like your boss, well, we actually work for you because if without this company, you would have a job.
right. If I wasn't shipping out your orders, you wouldn't have a business.
I've heard a lot of people with 9 to 5 jobs say it, and I've had to explain it to them. You work for yourself because you get dressed and you show up here every day. People gonna come to me and people gonna come at me for this, but it is the truth. People gonna say to me, doesn't make any sense. I can't. When you go to work, you go there for yourself. Your money pay your bill. The boss's money pay you. So who's working for who? I'm the parent of the job. It's like, you know how you have your parent in the house, the parent works, pay the bills and everything? I'm the
Mm-hmm.
parent. I'm the job,
Right.
the boss. If I don't pay the light bill or whatever, everything goes off. So who's
Mm-hmm.
working for who? You're working for yourself. Because if my company closes, you can go get a job elsewhere and the money will still come back to you. As an
Right.
entrepreneur, I needed to say it because I've never heard anybody else say it before. And we need to let them know, you don't work for me. You work for yourself. You work with me. But you
And
don't.
some people don't have good relationship with their employees because the ego of the entrepreneur doesn't realize that they can't be humble
I'm gonna
and
say something. I'm
realize.
gonna say something that's rude. Bottom feeders have egos that would make you disrespect. That's why I say a lot of bosses, they're bottom feeders
Mm-hmm.
because they're so afraid to lose their business that they mistreat the people that help them to keep the business going. A lot of bosses are bottom feeders.
Yeah,
Never
for
see
sure.
comfy. In Jamaican term, wanty can getty no want it. Now, what does that mean? The people that have it will complain about it, and the people that
Mm-hmm.
don't have it will pray for it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been an entrepreneur for a long, long time. And when you go to work, show up. It's your business place until they fire you. How
Facts.
you look going through that door is important. You know how I like this thing about law firms, how people will work from the bottom to get to the top to become a partner.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say to you, my business is my baby,
Mm-hmm.
my business is my baby. Like, I care for it, I nurture it, and when my business is able to take care of itself, I can go on to the next thing. Now I'm back in the studio singing 2, 3 times a week. No, I wasn't doing that for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I was not able to do that. I had a song come out in 2024, which I wrote in 2023, but we did the music video, we released it. I didn't know all of these things, but I knew business. I don't know much about the music part, but I'm learning the business part because I'm good at business. That's where I'm
Mm-hmm.
good at. I know, okay, if you invest in this area, tomorrow you might be able to collect. You don't invest and collect the same time.
Mm-hmm.
No, Unless you're doing like, all right, I sell you this phone. That's it. It's over there. But if you're gonna be doing something long term, you're gonna you're gonna have to expect. You have to have patience, discipline. You have to be focused, consistent, and know that you have to just sit it out. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
sit it out. So if you
It's not
don't,
going, everything doesn't happen overnight.
it doesn't. It doesn't. And when people see, as I said, when people see me now, they go, "She probably born with a gold spoon." No, darling. I was born with a rusty spoon. I was born with a spoon filled with rust that I had to rub it down, shine it, polish it. I had
Yeah.
to do all of that because I was not born with a lot of things that a lot of people was born with. I was born to a mom that she refused to do the easy things in life. Like she tell me, say, my father, he didn't want me, so he told her to abort me. But she didn't do that. So I owe this woman something. I may not owe her my entire life, but she is my life. Because without her, I wouldn't be here sitting down teaching people how to do their business, how to keep strong. I wouldn't be able to do none of that without watching her stumble and fall and still be the mother that she didn't have a manual, you know. I am a biblical person because I do believe in some of the principles that the Bible teaches us. Like, you know, one of the things it says is like, you got to obey your parents, which is right. So your days may be long. We were taught that. We got to love and respect our parents. It doesn't mean we have to agree with everything they do. You can
Right.
say, you can tell your parents they're wrong in a way where they can understand and not be disrespected at the same time. In business, how you treat your parents, your family, that's how you would basically treat your customers, your clients. That's what you'll do. You know, yeah, some people that say, oh, my business was built on family. Look at how long those ones last. The ones that were built with just people telling themselves they built this by themselves, how long those last?
Right.
They don't last long. When
Because
you
no
hear people
community.
say, my mom invested in me, and, you know, it says something. It says something. I may not have gotten a lot of family investments or whatever. I don't have that access because my family is not a wealthy family.
Mm-hmm.
They're hardworking people. They're honest people. They're 9 to 5 people. So when
Mm-hmm.
I'm over here being Madame Chef Cuisine of the entrepreneur world,
Yeah.
I'm cooking it. They're like looking at me like, get a job. I'm like, I have a job.
Because it's not the traditional, what they used
Like,
to.
as I said, when you're born in the Caribbean, they want you to either be a doctor, teacher, nurse.
You got to
Those are
fit in
the
the
top.
box.
Those are the top three.
Mm-hmm.
A lawyer too. You could be a lawyer. A lawyer, a
Mm-hmm.
doctor, a teacher, a nurse. Those are the top, you know. But not everybody has it in them. Like
Yeah,
every
that's not
parent,
everybody's lane.
no, every parent wants to be proud of their child at some point. And I, as I said, I got my determination from my mom, watching her do business and watching her make sacrifices. At some point, I realized, all right, I want to be like her, but I don't want to be her.
Exactly.
So you have to learn how to, like, you can look at a person like, if you have to pick an entertainer that you want to be like, you can try to do stuff they do, but you don't have to do it the same way.
Right. Just be inspired, but be
Be
yourself at the same time.
like, people look at me, they go like, you have a Beyonce behavior. I'm like, but I like her workmanship and her creativity.
Yes.
That girl
Yes.
she's dedicated to doing what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I have multiple people that I love. As an entertainer, I get to, I pick. I love, okay, I sing country music. Why do I sing country music? You're from the Caribbean. What you gonna do about country? Growing up, I love Dolly Parton. I love the big hair, the red lips. I love the red nails. I
Her
love
whole aesthetic, yeah.
I love the way she would always be in a button down, a nice long sleeve. I love that. Like, all right, I like the way Beyonce, she's a dark skinned girl and she likes the blonde hair. I like the blonde hair too. I'm gonna take that. Come. And then you take different parts from different places. It's the same thing in business. You can look at
Mm-hmm.
the business people in the world and you can take different parts of like even their struggles and their story and you try to change yours. Once you're changing the trajectory of where you are and where you're going, then it's fine. But don't idolize people in hopes that you can be them. Because
Right.
if you try to be something you are not and you start stumbling, you have yourself to blame. Because
Yeah.
people would probably just look at even you and say, oh, probably she always wanted to do this, or probably she's been doing this for a while because I'm sitting here talking to you, you're so professional, you're a good listener. And like, I'm like, wow, how is she listening to me ramble along so long? And I'm like, she knows her job. You know your job. You know what
Mm-hmm.
your job entails. It doesn't mean cutting me off. Yes, you're gonna have to edit all of this and all of that, but it means listening to get the story full. So you're gonna do it.
Exactly.
Then with business, it's just the same. You're gonna have to lose sometime. You're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have to lose. And they said you have to learn how far you can go, how much you can bend before you break. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have to learn. You're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to fail faithfully.
Yes.
You're
You have
gonna
to lose to learn sometimes.
you're gonna have to fail faithfully. And then you're gonna have to fate it out. You're gonna have to fate it out. Not wait
Mm-hmm.
it out, fate it out.
I
That's what I'm
like that.
telling everyone recently. We pray, we pray, we pray. But do you fate, you fate, you fate? Fate it
Mm-hmm.
out. Fate it out. Trust that whatever you're praying for, whatever you're working for, it's going to come if you keep your discipline, keep focus, keep consistent. I
Doing what you
can't stress it anymore. The three keys to everything you're doing: discipline, focus, consistency. Those will get you to where you want to go. If you
for the free
one of the
meal.
things, as I say, as a business person, people don't get it. When you go to restaurants and you video the food, video the place, that's you promoting for them. You're a promoter.
Mm-hmm.
But you won't promote your friend. You won't show even a sticker from your friend. But you
You
go to
won't
these restaurants
like, won't
and
reshare.
you promote for free. As a
Yep.
businesswoman that's also considered a marketing genius behind the scenes, you're like, why would I come to your restaurant and start videoing my food, video and stuff? So, well, I went to La Carissa Boutique today
And
and
tag.
me, no, I paid for my food. I paid for my
Mm-hmm.
drinks. I got there. And when like people come and like, I was out with some friends and when the meal came, she started videoing my meal and I said to her, don't do that. Don't video my meal. I said, I don't care what you do with your meal, but do not video my meal. Do not video me eating my meal.
I already
I'm
don't
not
play.
I am not here for a promotion stunt. I'm not here for that.
Because you know your value.
I said, if you're going to video me, video my lipstick, video my skin, and talk about how flawless I look. But don't come
Like,
here
we don't
videoing
need
food
sipping
and
this
stuff.
straw how the lipstick don't transfer. Something like that.
I be drinking water. I be drinking water, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my lips are still looking like they're looking.
Mm-hmm.
I put the work in creating products that will last. Just because you wear lip gloss doesn't mean every few minutes you got to be applying it back. I've been
Right?
talking to you for this long time, and my lips look like this.
Yeah, and I've been noticing that. It's like they still got their little shine and everything. Yeah, yeah.
I have companies that I support, right? I have this company that she's a private girl, like very private. She makes these special wigs that she uses special fibers. She says, I don't want to be with the human hair business because human hair, I can't say this on the whatever, but we could talk about it later. But
Mm.
why say that to say this? I would prefer to promote people like her. Talk about the wigs. I love the wigs. I legit love the wigs. Like I can play with it. I can wet it. I can do whatever.
It's
It doesn't
ethical
shed.
though.
It doesn't shed. She has wigs made from coconut trash that she processed and all of that. I am fascinated by the things she does.
That's
What
cool.
I that's what I'm saying. Like people don't get it. She's been in the ear game for many years. She refuses to go public. She just likes. She said, "Shari, it's not about the money. I just like making wigs and I like creating stuff just like you." And I'm like, it's not about the money for me either.
The
That's
time
why
and the
I
effort
I
too,
don't need
bro.
to be doing too much. I just need to be doing the right amount of stuff. I meet somebody today. I tell them, you need to start using vegan products and you can check us out.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at my compelling site, sometimes people like they put, like I can see everything in the back row when I see
Things in
my
the car,
feed.
yeah.
It's in the card, and I'm like, all right, God, I'm praying they cash out so they can get this glow. So we have, as I said, I started with just lipstick. We have lip gloss, lipstick, lipsticks. Cause we have
Mm-hmm.
the butter velvet ones, we have the matte premium matte, and we have the dual matte that you can use. So if you can see my cheeks, there's lipstick on
Mm-hmm.
my cheek also. So I did a
Oh,
little.
you could do it as a blush.
Yes, yes. So I created products like that to do that. On my nose, my
Mm-hmm.
eyeshadow palettes, you can use it as a,
Highlight.
yeah. So if you see
Go,
some,
girl.
so, and that's vegan also. So the only thing on our line that's not vegan is our lipstick.
Okay.
We have foundation with sunscreen. We have powders with no parabens, with nothing that is toxic for your skin.
Mm-hmm.
We have
Mm-hmm.
cleansers, we have toners. We God, I thank you. I waited it out.
As you listing it out, you realize how blessed you are, how far you come, girl, from that lipstick.
I've had to I watched my bank account go 0 to 0 so many times. And I faded it out. I said, God, at least I live somewhere. I have food. The money
It's
will
temporary.
come when the money comes. But for now,
Mm-hmm.
what I want is for people to know how good their skin actually can feel and how it can look.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know that your skin has the ability to show up even when you're not in the mood.
Yeah, it's speaking for you.
People say, I love the way I look. Really? Do you? But how
And I
about
said,
enhancing what you
yeah.
have? Because that's what life is about. Enhancing, developing, and elevating.
Mm-hmm.
That's what life is really about.
Yes. Not staying stuck, being comfortable, complacent.
Why would I want to do that to me?
Right.
Mm.
I don't want to be the same person or look the same way I did 10 years ago. I want to elevate. I want to look better. I want to grow. I want to
So
change.
when I look at my past pictures and I look at me, I said, this is exactly who you've always aimed to be.
I love knowing that about myself. Like,
Yes,
I'm the woman, like, when you was little and you think about who you want to be when you grow up, like, when you really, I'm like, I'm the girl that I wanted to be when I grew up. I'm here now.
girl, I kid you not. I kid you not. I look at my wardrobe and I'm like, you full of button ups. You dollying your way out of here. I love Dolly
Yeah.
Parton. The way she dresses and covers up herself. I love that. Sure, she got
Mm-hmm.
them big old jugs, but
Yeah.
she covers it up.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that. I love that as a businesswoman in the entertainment business. Don't expect to see much, but you will expect to hear much from me. Because I still got to carry myself in a way where I am proud of myself later.
Yes, when you
But
look back on it.
skincare doesn't mean I have to show my entire skin.
Right. Every piece of skin.
I don't need to show anything. I gotta remember that, listen, mystery sells more than the things we see.
It really does, especially nowadays, because it was one thing back in the day when people didn't put everything on Front Street anyway. Now everything is on Front Street, from people telling their business to showing their business to, everything is on Front Street. You know what medications people is on. You know everything about everybody now.
Remember how people used to hide when they did a surgery? Like,
Yeah.
they used to
Now it's
deny it.
now it's come with me for my BBL tummy tuck nose job. It's like, oh my God, no. Like, girl, you gonna make it out. In Colombia, I can't, you know where they did it, you know who the doctor is on the table, the
Random.
nurse waving.
It is mad funny because for me, I look at it, I'm like, I've never done a cosmetic surgery.
Hmm.
Never done one. And I don't ever want to think I'll have to do one.
Yeah,
The
same.
only, the only, when I was growing up, I never used to have nice big boobs. And I said, I gotta
Mm.
get my boobs done. I need my boobs to be bigger. Boom, I get a baby. I got 2 jobs.
And see, I used to want them, and then I got older and didn't care. And then I was like, oh, I just love myself now. You know, when you're younger and all the girls are developing and you're not, you the last one.
Oh my gosh. Girl, girl. Oh my
So
God.
then I got older and I was like, okay,
Listen,
everything falls into
listen.
place.
It all comes together.
Yes.
All comes together. They say, you know what I'm saying? It all comes in the end. Well, this is the beginning.
Yeah.
This is the beginning and I love it. I don't,
Hmm.
I would not change anything about even my past. When people try to even insult me about my past,
That's who
I
made
laugh
you who
at
you
them
are
and I
today.
say, you can attack my past, but can you attack my future?
Right. But see, that past, that fighter that you were when people kept, calling you sicky sicky, that's that fighter that you are now, that you won't stop. When your car got broken
It won't
into, when your
stop.
business got broken into, you've been fighting, 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 fighting through
Don't
everything.
stop. Don't stop.
And probably fighting through more circumstances than the people that were judging you and picking on you and looking
More.
at you from the outside. So while
More.
she's over here saying, "Oh, she's too pretty," and probably had it easy, she wouldn't. That same person wouldn't be able to fight through epilepsy, survive that, then fighting the people that was picking on it, then surviving the losses and the highs and the lows. Like, you are everything you're supposed to
What's
be to
funny
this
tell you,
day.
right? The people that mainly did most of my losses came from people that were way older than me.
Wow. But
I've got
that's a jealousy thing. That could
older
be
people. I'm
jealousy.
telling you, even when I went broke and depressed, it was people that were over 50 and 40 and 60 that attacked me. Like they couldn't come by themselves, so they group up.
Because your light is too bright. You're too
They had
resilient. You're
me,
so
they
much of a
had
fighter.
me, they had me in court trying to take money from me. They did their thing. And I could tell anybody this, and I could say this openly. And when Christians hear this, they'll say, no, I will never forgive them. Never.
Sometimes
But listen,
like that.
I will never forgive them, but I pray God forgives them. There's a difference.
Right, right. You're human. So you're
Yeah,
not required to.
no.
Yeah.
Listen, in business, right? And that's why they say business people are ruthless. We're not ruthless. We're logical. It's
I
like
was
knowing
just going to
somebody,
say.
if you let them in, they're going to steal your stuff. They did it before. Now you're like,
Hmm.
okay, they changed. I believe them. Come on in. Boom. You lost again.
And you'll lose every time.
Forgiveness is not for me, it's for the Lord. God
Hmm.
made you do those things to teach me a lesson. Now that I've learned the lesson, I can move on from you and move away from you.
Hmm.
There are a few people
And
that you're gonna keep forgiving, but it's the depth of how they hurt you that will say how much I can forgive you. Because you have people that forgive people but resent them.
exactly.
I don't
And
resent them. I forget them.
but
But
I
I
also
do not
learned
forget them.
recently is that you can be a forgiving person, which is good, but you don't also realize the standard that you're setting for the person that's manipulating. Because everybody doesn't deserve to be forgiven. But
Deliver.
if I'm a manipulator and I know you're just going to keep forgiving me, you set the tone. You set the tone because
No.
no standards, no
And
boundaries. She gonna let me do it again.
as a businesswoman, as I said, I use business to take care of a lot of situations in my real life. I think
Mm-hmm.
about it, if this was an investment and it failed, would you invest in it again this way?
Man,
So
this.
forgiveness is like an investment, right? Let's use
Mm-hmm.
forgiveness like an investment. You invested in this person and they failed you. Now you're left with the bill to cover, the missed opportunities to discover, and the heartbreak that it comes with. You go invest with them again? No. If people cause you to lose money, sleep, and make you sick, don't forgive them.
Right. Leave them
Forgive
where
them.
they.
That's bad investment. I said, I won't forgive you, but I pray God forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
Because listen, the lesson each person is going to teach you a lesson. That's it, point blank. But Bob Marley said it best. Everyone will hurt you. You just have to know who you're willing to suffer for.
Ooh.
Point blank. If you can
Mm-hmm.
take the teaching from the music and take the knowledge from the business, you realize why I'm sitting here looking pretty, graceful, strong, and ready to go again. They say sticks and stones will break my bones, but the words you say, I will not entrap them in my head and use it against myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes people are projecting, they'll tell you the nastiest things about you, and you're like, but I'm not that way.
That
That's
doesn't
their
apply.
that's all they're saying about what they feel about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Expecting you to feel the same way. I
Mm-hmm.
refuse to forgive anybody that even hurt somebody that I love just because you could. I refuse it.
It's a character
And
thing.
it's miracle.
Mm-hmm.
It's miracle. It's it's a miracle I'm sitting here today. And that's why I named my new single Miracle.
Mm-hmm.
And when I look at it, I'm like, I was just sitting there singing. I'm like, I'm praying for my miracle today. And I just kept singing it. I kept singing it. And then that's what I started with. And then the words came out of my mouth. And I said, my favorite line in the song is when it says, sticks and stones may break my bones, but the words you say, they can't touch my soul. I wrote this song from scratch, just
Mm.
freestyling and recording myself
From
singing.
your heart.
You gotta learn to not talk to people that don't know nothing about what you're doing. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna talk to your
But
grandma
they can
that
tell you
never
what you're
grew up,
doing wrong. They don't know anything about the business, but they can tell you why it's not gonna work. They can tell you why you shouldn't do it. They can tell you why you shouldn't have picked that outfit or that vendor. They can tell you all the things or that location.
As a businesswoman, it is different for us because we know what it is to have a good investor. When people hear investors, they think money all the time. No, people invest their time in you, their effort
Mm-hmm.
in you, their love, their space, their peace, their presence. That's an investment of its own.
Yes.
That is why when some people leave, some people, it hurts so much
Because they
that
were
they
a safe
afraid.
space.
It makes
All
me
that.
afraid to go invest anything again because they remembered what they lost before.
Yes.
When I saw the name of your podcast, like a whole lot of woman, I'm like, I'm a whole lot of woman. I should be
Say
on that.
that fits.
When Alora sent me and say, you should be on this podcast, I'm like, here we go again. She on this podcast business. And the fact that she just loves me and wants people to hear when I speak and all of that, it says something. It says something.
You got somebody who sees
Had to
you.
put me through everything. in order to get me through everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep saying it, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You might show yourself, but you're gonna go down. I'm a
Okay.
woman that prays and have faith, and I work hard. I'm consistent, I'm focused, and I'm disciplined. I'm disciplined to know that even when it is good, pray twice as much.
Okay. Double it up.
But when it is good, pray twice as much. Because I can tell you, that's when the devil send it twice as rough. He will send them to break you. In my book, Read This Before You Fall Apart, that's the first thing I said in chapter 1. I spoke about the lost and the words that I had to hold on to. The only words I had to hold on to was everything will be okay. And even on the days when I didn't know, those were the only words God gave me. Everything will be okay. And even when I wanted to quit, even when the voice said, I said, everything will be okay. I wanted to get from point A to point B. No car, no Uber, nobody. Everything would be okay. I started walking, and where I was going was probably over 10 miles.
Mm-hmm.
But I needed to get home. I got a ride. My mom is at work. My brother is not here. My dad is busy. What am I gonna do? Sit there and cry? I
Right.
started walking,
I'm about
and
to say you
when I'm
got
walking, I started singing, and I'm praising, worshiping, and I'm walking down the street, and I'm like probably 2 miles in my walk. I started feeling tired. I look at my phone. My brother texts me, says, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm walking home." He said, "From where?" And I told him where I'm coming from. He said, "You can't walk from there." He said, "Stop. I'm gonna send you an Uber." And I say, "You see, everything will be okay." So, and if you hold on to the belief that God's got you and you keep going and fade it out, you gonna win. You
Mm-hmm.
gonna win. I watch people beat cancer. I've watched people survive getting shot. I've watched people survive losing everything. I've never had cancer, but I've watched the survival stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I taught them through. I said, listen, you don't let cancer kill you. You kill cancer. Don't let it kill you.
Right.
If you decide this business ain't gonna go no further, this business ain't gonna go no further. Because I
It's
could have
not.
been selling lipstick. I know, okay, maybe somebody would buy a lipstick today. But I said, this here business, Compelling Cosmetics, is gonna go further. We're gonna grow. I opened my book and I said, I'm gonna call the people and I say, put this with this and this, send me a jar with it and let me see how it feels. I didn't quit because it was easy. I quit. I quit. That's exactly why I didn't quit. I don't like doing anything too easy. Anything
Falling in your lap.
comes easy doesn't last long.
That's
It
true. So that
doesn't.
means
I know that if I keep going, no matter what, I will be successful. Today I can sit here and say to anybody, I am a success. Everything I set out to do, I have done. I've led a successful life. So what? I don't have what do you call it? A Lamborghini, a
right.
Porsche. I don't have none of those things because that was never the end game. I just need a business that does what it says it will do.
Yes.
I need a business that says it will make you look this way, and that's the way you look.
That's how you turn
Make
out looking.
you feel this way, and this is how you feel. It's like when I sing a song, I say, my aim is to make sure you have your head nodding and your lips moving, singing to my song. That's the result I want. My products is a representation of me. My name is on it. So it says Compelling by S. Beckford. Or if you just see compelling, you know where it's coming from. It came from sweat, blood, and survival.
So, but before we go, I want to ask you, Miracle, do you want to say anything about that so we can make sure? I know
Oh,
you
yeah,
spoke on
girl.
it briefly, but let's make sure
Actually,
we talk
okay.
about Miracle.
Miracle is my latest single, and I think it's one of my greatest, easiest work I've ever done. The miracle, 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 miracle. We're all praying for a miracle. We're all praying for a miracle. Miracle comes out on July the 28th. Official music video, official song on all streaming platforms. But we're going old school a little. You can order your CD, and yeah, people talk about streaming. I've
Yeah,
been in a CD and pressing repeat.
yeah.
Miracle comes out on July the 28th. We're having a big listening party here in Fort Lauderdale on the 24th, but we're going to have Miracle drop on the 28th. And I got to say a big shout out to Keys Beat Production. They are behind this project, and my manager, Tyrell Talk Business at Supreme Dynasty. Um, it's just a whole lot of things going on, and this is my next step. As I said, I have managed to make sure my business is successful. Now it's time for
Mm-hmm.
me to go back to my career, singing
Mm-hmm.
and writing, and the good stuff over there. I love music. I love music. Music is my therapy. Music also helped me to get through everything I was going through. So I got
Mm-hmm.
the help I needed. So it's time for me to give it back. Giving it back is how I do it in my music. So look out
Mm-hmm.
for Miracle on the 28th of July. And you can pre-order your CDs on Compelling Cosmetics also, because it's a part of who I am. So go
Mm-hmm.
check it out for $19.99. You can get my CD, my album as I call it. But
And I'll put all of that in the description of the video too. So the
yeah,
links and stuff will be there too.
yes. So my handles are the real Shari Beckford on IG. I only use IG. I don't use a lot of
Okay.
social media.
It's too many.
YouTube,
There,
it's too much.
it's so
Like,
many.
I don't want to be everywhere. I'm not the everywhere kind of girl.
I understand.
I'm
So Instagram.
Instagram, I'm there. YouTube, Shari Beckford. Yeah. And if you Google me, I'm in the newspapers, on book covers. Yeah, that's it.
What
But
would you say makes you a whole lot of woman?
what makes Shari Beckford a whole lot of woman?
Mm-hmm.
My circumstances and the way I overcame them, and my trials that were not my tribulation to bear, but I bear them. My talents, my voice, that makes me who I am. My business provides for who I am. So I'm a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of woman
You
just because
are.
I refuse to quit and I refuse to give up. I won't have it because God never said it, so I won't have it. Nope.
Girl, you've been fighting your whole life and not quitting and not giving up. So I don't expect you to
I
start
I
now.
got armors now. I got muscles
Yeah.
too. I grew some.
Yeah. And
I
so
grew need some
is there
muscle.
anything
You got distractions ahead, you're focused on the bend. You got your world turned upside down.